Now we're just, once, like I said, once we find them, we could stay with them all day. Okay. Now one of the mom here has a little birth defect on her top fin. You'll see it's folded over. It came out breech, just like they might have breech babies. So her fin is a little bit misshapen on top, her dorsal fin. So they're going to be popping up right in front of the boat. And keep your eyes open about 10 yards up. And they've been down 30 seconds, so they should be coming up at sometime in the next 10 seconds. And now in a little bit, we should find rest of them out at the beach, out about a half mile out front. Just sort of pushing the schools of fish into the shallows, into the beaches. And now do you think, nope, just like us. Now they have the same lung size. Okay, they have the same birthing method. So we have two families in front of us, guys. We have 8 dolphins right in front of us here. So you have one family to the left and one family straight ahead. We're just following alongside of them. The last of that outgoing tide is moving. The fish are just finishing coming to them. In a few minutes, the incoming tide shifts coming in, and then that whole sushi buffet, it's almost like it gets restocked, and they start their feeding all over again. They have the same blood temperature as us. They eat a lot, but they mostly eat during the day in order to conserve their energy. They have the same body temperature as we do, so they're very susceptible to hypothermia. Okay? They've learned how to control their body temperature by being more active or less active. Less active keeps the body heat in, controls it. More active releases the body heat so they don't get overheated.
Do they know you? Or?
You know what? We know these dolphins like we see them multiple times a day. You know, they're more apt to positive energy. They're more about energy. Quite honestly, people with positive energy, they're very drawn to. Kids that aren't tainted yet by life, that are pure, you know, that good positive energy, they're like magnets. And we run a program with autistic kids, and the autistic kids, the dolphins practically jump in the boat to get to. Whatever they lack in communication here with them, and they'll be to our left, it looks like, guys. Keep your eyes to our left. Whatever they lack with human communication, they're on the exact same page as the dolphins, and it's a pretty amazing sight to see when we get some of our autistic families with us. And I would like to say I'm the dolphin whisperer, but I'm not. It's just our dolphins here, because of that food supply. They're so habitual in what they do and where they're at, how they feed, that it makes it easy for us to know, by being out here every day, where they're at and what they should be doing. Actually, we got about 3 families here, guys. We got one over here, some over here. They're just sort of playing. Their bellies are full, and they're just sort of playing right now. Keep out in front, watch them swimming back in towards the pass. Keep an eye out there in front. They're just swimming as fast as they can, just sort of playing. There's mama, and you see babies right on the inside of her right fin. That's how you can tell mama and baby, which baby is about 4 months right now. We had an early birthing season this year because we didn't have much of a winter last year, so our waters hit 85 early, which means that they made it early, which means they gave birth early this year. We got a super pod coming together here. We just had 2 families. They just came together in front of us. And that tide here, again, they're in that narrow part of the channel. The tide just is finishing shifting, getting ready to come back in. So they're cruising up, getting right here in this narrow part of the channel and chowing away. So the tide's just finishing coming out, or a little slack. That wind direction that it's pushing is just keeping it moving a little bit. There's that little turnover tide that's called the slack tide. And then it'll start pushing back in pretty fast.